back with more My Southern Home, and I'm here with Brandon Sandefur with First Community Mortgage. And Brandon, one of the things that's so important for people to realize right now is the pre-qualification when getting ready to purchase your first home.
You want to know what you qualify for. There's nothing worse than going out and looking for a house and falling in love with your dream home, and then only to find out later that you really probably should have sat down with an expert prior so that you know what you actually qualify for. I think that's the biggest part of the misconception, that some people, they get really excited about going out there and buying that new car, and they jump in that brand new car, they go take the test drive, but they don't really know whether they qualify for it or not. So I think sitting down with an expert at the onset of the transaction is as important as any piece of it.
And Brandon, knowledge is power when it comes to the real estate process, and it really is going to help you and your realtor know what to look for and help in that negotiating process.
Well, think about it this way too. I mean, time, just the amount of time that it takes to really sit down and go through the process, to find that perfect place, to get into the process and do things with a little bit of efficiency. That's the most important part to me. We all have challenges in our daily lives that just keep us from having the amount of time that we really want to spend to find that home. And I think that that's a big piece of it as well.
Well, there's steps, right? To anything that you're going to do in life, there's steps. And the first step should always be to talk to a professional like yourself.
Well, we have 70 professionals as loan originators at First Community Mortgage, and being the #1 new construction lender in the state of Tennessee, working alongside the #1 builder in Middle Tennessee and Old South, we've been able to accomplish a lot of great things together. And I think knowledge is key, as you've said, and we provide one aspect of that transaction that gives them confidence to know that when they walk into the Old South experience, that they're going to come together and with confidence say, this is exactly where I belong.
So let's talk about the experience a little bit, because a lot of people, if they haven't purchased a home, or maybe it's been a while since they purchased one and they have some things happen with their credit, people should not be afraid to pull that credit score and to have the meeting, because there's always a path, there's always a way, especially with a company like you that have so many choices for a person.
Well, and there's a plethora of down payment assistance programs. You don't have to put a lot of money down to get the home of your dreams, but you do need to know what you qualify for. Mm-hmm. And there's a lot of times people will come in and they'll sit down with us and they will discover that something might be on their credit that they didn't know was there. They may just come in and sit down and talk to us and find out, there's a student loan that I thought I paid that off. There's any one of 100 things that you can come across when you're in the pre-qualification process. And what our experts do is sit down with you and make you feel confident when you leave that meeting that you know that you are okay to go out there and make that purchase.
And if you want to do it at home, alone, in front of the computer, you can do that now.
We provide the technology. We'll meet you where you want to do business. If you're a customer of ours, we basically just ask you what you're most comfortable with. You might want to do everything via telephone. You might want to do everything via, a lot of technology nowadays is through text and through computers and things of that nature. And so we've made it really, really easy to just let you decide where you're most comfortable.
Well, and you have programs too. So let's just say that there's a bill out there that you had no idea existed. You can clear that up and in 3 months, 6 months, have the score that you need to get the loan. Correct.
And I think a lot of times what people don't really realize is that it's not that hard. Mm-hmm. It's really not that big a deal. But the best thing is, the fact that we provide technology that allows you to sit down and look at what you've got and know with confidence that you are okay to go out there and make the purchase. And we, again, a lot of times that process is not nearly as cumbersome as people would like to think it is. A lot of times people equate mortgage with stress. Oh my gosh, this is going to be the most stressful experience. And we take the stress out of it. And I think that's really key when you're sitting down to go to make the biggest purchase of your life.
Well, and that's why you get pre-qualified first.
Exactly.
Because you're taking that stress away, and then now you can go to that second step, which is finding the perfect realtor, to help you with that transaction.
When you're looking for that Old South home, there's so many of them out there, and we've got the experts that are going to guide you through the process. And working hand in hand with Old South the way we do allows us to be able to communicate on a level that's a little bit different than just your regular realtor borrower relationship. So we've got that builder there as well, so we're able to communicate on a different level to make that experience good.
And right now we're in a very unique financial situation, and there's a lot of unknown, but one of the great things that's happening in Middle Tennessee is that people are not letting that keep them from getting their dream home. So it's still a great time to buy with the interest rates.
Well, with interest rates, and it's a different time. It's a different time than it's ever been in history, but it's not affected people's confidence to go out and make that purchase. Old South has had record months. We've been right alongside them, and I feel like that even though this has been a challenging time for all of us, we are still seeing that confidence to go out there and make that purchase.
Brandon, I really love having you on the show because I feel like that you bring so much knowledge to the home buying process, and it's just such a crucial part of buying a home.
Thank you very much. We appreciate that, and being the #1 new construction lender in Middle Tennessee is all a part of that process for us, and I really appreciate you having me.
We'll be back with more My Southern Home in just a moment.